Maybe it was a good thing, and maybe it was even the best thing that could ever happened in this season of his life. Maybe if he had not gone through this, he would not have become who he now is. Maybe what got him going in the right direction was the affliction, the pain, the trouble, the sickness, the storm, the naysayers, the addiction, the marriage unease, the loss of the job, the uneasiness, the stress, the money getting funny, the opposition, the tension, the fight of his enemy. Maybe this was the best thing that could have ever happened to him, which suggests to me that when you come to the conclusion that it is what it is may not be what it really looks like it is. Maybe the it is what it is sometimes mere camouflage waiting for the will of God to be revealed. Holler at your neighbor and say, your pain is just a cover-up for the blessing that's on its way. I feel like preaching today. Say, it's just a cover-up for where God's trying to lead you, which further suggests that maybe trouble does not only offer a negative experience, but sometimes it is the positive stimulus package for spiritual growth. Maybe sometimes trouble gives us what we need. Trouble called the lion's den worked out in Daniel's favor. Trouble called Calvary worked out in the favor of Jesus. Well, what the devil means for evil, God can somehow and some way use in your favor. If I'm talking to you, say, neighbor, he did it for me. Say, I've had some rough days, some strange days, some jacked up stuff happen in my life. But after I look around and I think things over, God has been good to me. I think I might have some witnesses in the house, like the writer, who can testify that although I didn't like the reality of the affliction, in hindsight, it was good for me to be afflicted. The attacks by your enemies, the weariness of the journey, the unexpected, getting caught when I didn't think I would get caught. It was good for me. Preach that, number. And it was good because my trouble was what pointed me to my Kairos moment, my moment of change, my moment of decision, my moment of living life differently, my moment of hearing and abiding by the word of God. My trouble is what opened my heart to the will of God. My trouble has made me the praiser that I am now. My trouble has made me a better worshiper. My trouble, my affliction is what gave me the motivation for a fresh start. My trouble was my motivation to walk by faith and not by sight. It was in my moment of trouble and in my moment of affliction that I learned what I thought I already knew. I thought I knew what I was doing until trouble showed me that I didn't know what I was doing. I thought I had all the answers until my affliction proved to me that I didn't. I thought that I knew more than anybody else until my affliction proved to me I know that much. I thought I was right until trouble showed me I was wrong. I thought that my way was the best way until trouble showed me there was a godly way. Let me help you. Let me help you. Let me help somebody who's been humbled by life. The writer, holler at your neighbor and say, life will humble you. And the right enemy will humble you. The right assignment will humble you. The writer says, I've learned so much because of my affliction, because of my pain. Let me suggest to somebody in the house who has met affliction somewhere on this road called life, somebody who is dealing with affliction right now. Every season, every moment of life ought to be a teachable moment. Let me pour into somebody as we are about to close the books on what has been a nightmare year for many persons. Do not allow pain, tears, hurt, disappointment, unemployment, financial disaster, enemies, the devil to ever come your way without you taking as much from it as it is taken from you. If you're going to knock me down, I'm going to learn something. Can I get a witness in this house right right now, I feel like preaching. When trouble comes your way, you better make sure that trouble does more than trouble your life, but you ought to find a way to make sure that trouble makes your life better. Holler at your neighbor, say, this thing gonna make my life better. Say, you think it's gonna mess my mind up. You think I'll never be the same. You're right, I'll be better. How do I know? David had trouble, but his life got better. The 3 Hebrew boys had trouble called a fiery furnace, but came through better. Jesus had trouble called Calvary and the grave, but it came through better. You've had trouble called family, called friends, called job, called money, called health concerns, called your enemies, but you've come through better. If I'm talking to somebody, high five yourself, say, baby, I've come through better. Marvin Sapp would say, I'm stronger now. I'm better now. I'm wiser now. But I've learned in what has been one of the most challenging years in my life that trouble can be as good for me as it has been bad for me. That's crazy, ain't it? Say, neighbor, it's going to work out in your favor. Okay, pinch your cute neighbor who's doubting. Say, it's going to work out in you. Say, I speak it into your life. Say, I know God. I'm saying the hell that you're going through will not be in vain. It's going to work out in your favor. The writer says, watch this. This is crazy, Calvin. The writer says, before I was afflicted, I went astray. But now I obey your word. Before I was afflicted, I did my own thing. I was bad. You couldn't tell me nothing. I had all the, but when trouble came, I now obey the. Holler at your neighbor, say, there's been a turnaround. Say, okay, they ain't going to talk to you.